I never believed in ghosts, not even a little. But now I do. This is the story of why. About 2 years ago, I worked part-time at a convenience store. That convenience store closed at 11 p.m. A sure sign of how rural the area was. Actually, it was more due to frequent complaints from nearby residents than a lack of customers. That day, I was working with my junior co-worker, Sato. The time was 10:45 p.m. Shall we start closing up? Yeah, let's. I want to read Jump anyway, so let's close up quickly. Jump is a weekly manga magazine. Although the store officially closed at 11 p.m., there was a rule that we clock out at 11:30 p.m. so, we usually finished the closing tasks early and killed time by reading manga until it was time to leave. That day, too, we rushed through tasks like checking the sales totals, settling the vending machine accounts, and washing up. By the time we finished, it was exactly 11 p.m. We locked the entrance, turned off the lights, and started reading manga in the back room. Then, ding dong, ding dong. The door chime rang. It's the one that goes off when someone enters the store. Huh? Did someone come? Sato, go check it out. Got it. I had Sato go look, and I switched the surveillance monitor to the front entrance. The surveillance monitor displays footage from multiple in-store security cameras on a TV screen. Usually, it switches among camera feeds in about 3-second intervals. At that moment, I set it to show only the entrance camera. Looking at the monitor, I saw a woman standing there. I could tell she had long hair and was wearing some kind of white dress, but I couldn't see her face clearly. Sato appeared on the monitor, checking outside the entrance briefly before heading back inside. There was a woman, right? Hey, you're supposed to open the door and deal with her in situations like that. Sometimes customers would come by even after the store was closed. They probably didn't expect a convenience store to close at 11 p.m. in those cases. We'd have to apologize and ask them to leave since we had already shut down the registers and settled the accounts. It always causes trouble if we have to reopen them. So, as his senior, I was just giving him a heads up for coming right back after taking just a quick look. I didn't see anyone out there. Come on now, laughs. There was a woman, I saw her on the monitor. Really? I definitely looked around. There's no way he missed her, she was standing right in front of the door. This idiot. I thought he was just being stubborn because he's the type who never admits mistakes, but maybe he simply didn't want to deal with it. Alright, never mind. I switched the surveillance monitor back to its regular rotation, and we started reading manga again. 10 minutes passed. I glanced at my watch, it was 11:15 p.m. only 15 minutes left. I wonder if I can finish this chapter. With that in mind, I looked at the monitor. It was showing the alcohol section. Then it switched to the weekly magazine section. And there, outside the glass, on the opposite side of the weekly magazine shelves, was that same woman from before. She was looking this way, it felt more like she was looking at me through the surveillance camera, which was unsettling. Then the screen switched to the bento section. Hey! That woman's outside. She's still there. Seriously? I told you, she's not out there. Fine, I'll go look. At this point, I just assumed it was some weirdo or a prankster. I stood up to go check. Senpai. Wait. Look at the monitor. The monitor? When I looked, it showed the snack section. And there she was, inside the store, standing with her back to the camera. What? Sato was panicking. It made sense, after all, the door had definitely been locked, and we heard no sound of forced entry. Besides, only about 20 seconds had passed since I'd last seen her outside the store. Even if the door hadn't been locked, it would have been practically impossible for her to enter that fast. Stay calm. I fixed the camera on the snack section. The woman still hadn't moved. Then, riving. The phone rang. Both Sato and I jumped and looked at it. It only rang twice, then stopped. I quickly glanced back at the monitor, and the woman was gone. Wah! Senpai, where'd she go? Panicking, I quickly switched through the different camera feeds. Click, weekly magazine section, nothing. Click, snack section, nothing. Click, alcohol section, nothing. Click, counter, there she was. She was behind the counter, standing with her back turned. Senpai. I think. She's getting closer. By this point, I was pretty sure this was no ordinary human. In truth, I was even more freaked out than Sato. Because I didn't believe in ghosts, I used to hang around on occult forums, but I never imagined it had actually happened to me. The woman still stood there, back turned. What do we do? What do we do? You're the senior here. Do something. Let's just run out the other door. To get into the back room where we were, you could enter from behind the counter or through another door on the opposite side of the counter. But even if we used the opposite door, we'd have to run through the store to unlock the entrance to get out, which meant we might run into her. That would be dangerous. While I was thinking through that, Gah! Sato screamed. On the monitor, although her body was still turned away, her head had twisted 180 degrees to face the camera. She appeared to be smiling. No sound came out of my mouth, but inside, I was screaming. I almost wet myself. She remained there, in that unnatural position, staring at us. No, this is bad, we have to do something. Sato was losing it. SD, stay calm. We'll make a break for it out the back door. Honestly, at that moment, I thought we'd encounter her before we could unlock the door to get out, and we'd be done for. I'd never believed in ghosts until that very second, and now there was no denying one was here. I grabbed the key. Right then, the surveillance monitor suddenly turned on by itself. Her face was in extreme close-up. She wasn't smiling at all. She was completely expressionless, which somehow made it even scarier. Her skin looked pale, like the face of someone dead, but her eyes were strangely beautiful, like they could draw you in. Ah, her eyes just moved. She saw me. She's looking at Sato, too. Wait, how is her face so close to the camera near the ceiling in the first place? All these odd thoughts were racing through my head in an instant, like a near-death flash of clarity. Oh, right, Sato. THDH, this is impossible. We're gonna get killed. Sato went nuts and bolted toward the back door. Hey, wait. Sato sprinted full speed to the back door, grabbed the doorknob. Gwa! He let out a blood-curdling scream and collapsed. Hey! Sato! I ran over to him as he lay there, trying to shake him awake, but he didn't respond. He was unconscious. Then I looked at the door. Ugh! No way! I realized what he had seen. Through the small window on the door, that woman was looking in at us. And she was giggling. KKKK, like she was mocking us. That little square window in the door is actually a kind of one-way mirror. Later on, I realized we should have only been able to see our own reflection from inside. Fear coursed through me, but so did anger at the absurdity of this situation. What the hell is your problem? What do you even want? Just get out of here. I mustered all the courage I had and yelled at her with everything I had. She immediately stopped laughing. Then, with a sudden, terrifying glare, she moved away from the window. Ha. Guess she left. I barely had time to breathe a sigh of relief. Suddenly, loud crashing noises erupted from inside the store. Shelves falling over, banging around. Bang. Crash, thud. I must have made her angry. I crouched next to Sato, trembling so badly I could hardly keep it together. I was on the verge of a breakdown. Thud. Crack. Snap. Crash. I don't know how long it lasted, maybe about a minute of non-stop crashing, then it stopped. Maybe she's done now. I started to stand up. Then, Riving. The phone rang again, and it wouldn't stop. I hesitated to pick it up. The last time it rang, it felt like a trick to distract us for something worse, and once again the timing was far too convenient. But I'd already reached a point where I just wanted it over with. So I answered it. Hello, I was certain. You need to get out of here. Right now. Hi. She's talking? Hi. Oh God. At that moment, my mind shut down completely. The voice. It wasn't just coming from the receiver. It was also coming from right behind me. Slowly, I turned around. Gaia. There she was, laughing creepily yet glaring at me with a face that didn't seem from this world. And I lost consciousness. Hey! Wake up! Senpai! Please wake up! Someone was calling me. Slowly, I regained consciousness. Standing there were Sato and the store manager. It was 4:50 a.m. The manager probably arrived for the 6 a.m. opening. I couldn't believe I'd been unconscious that long. What on earth happened? Why is the store in such a mess? The manager looked both shocked and furious. Sato, didn't you tell him what happened? No, I still can't believe any of it myself. Senpai, you explain. Sato seemed pretty shaken up. So, here's what happened. I told the manager everything. No way. That can't be. Wait, that's it. The security camera footage will dash. Please don't check it. Sato shouted. I understood. The last thing we wanted was to see that face again. Alright, I'll just watch it from 11 PM onward then. You two go cool your heads outside while I do. 20 minutes later. Sato. You. Come back in here. The manager called out. The woman you mentioned wasn't on the footage, but the shelves did fall down on their own. So it looks like you two weren't lying. She wasn't on there? Nope. Still, I'm not so closed-minded as to dismiss all paranormal stuff. The shelves really did just topple for no reason, so I can't say I don't believe you. You two just go on home. I'm gonna call the other part-timers, and see if anyone can help clean up. And don't tell them about this. I'll get rid of the tape. Don't worry, I'll come up with some excuse. Understood. Sato, let's go. Yeah. Let's. Take care, you hear? Just forget all about it. We stepped outside. It was a little after 5 AM, still dark because it was winter. Sato, I'll give you a ride. Hop in. He normally walked about 10 minutes to get home, but I figured he was too shaken up. Plus, I was terrified myself. I didn't want to be alone. Yeah, there's no point dwelling on it. Forgetting is the best way forward. I said that to myself decisively and got in the car. Alright, let's head home. Hey, Sato. Sato was staring back into the store, mouth agape and eyes wide in horror. Sato? Don't tell me. I slowly turned to look into the store. The manager was starting to clean. And behind him. I started the engine and drove off like my life depended on it. Sato said nothing the entire ride. After dropping him off, I went back home and collapsed onto my bed. Hey! How long are you planning to sleep? It's already past noon. Don't you have class? I heard my mom's voice. It was nearly 1 PM, I've been asleep a while. Oh right, there's something I have to do, call the manager to check if he's okay. And quit this job. There's no way I can keep working there. I dialed the store. Hello, it's me. Oh, hey. How are you feeling? A little better now that you slept? I'm alright, I guess. More importantly, is everything okay over there? Everything okay? Oh, yeah, it's fine. Nothing's happened. Something felt off about how he said that. But I didn't push it. So, manager. I'm sorry, but I'd like to quit. Huh, you too? Sato just called earlier to say he's quitting as well. Apparently, Sato and I had the same idea. The manager asked me to come in and talk about it once more, especially since I was the shift leader, but I refused. I never went back there again. A month after we quit, that convenience store shut down. Someone from my old shift said it was for financial reasons. But of course, my curiosity got the better of me, so I contacted the manager. He told everyone else it was poor sales, but apparently the real reason was something else. He wouldn't share the details, but I'm pretty sure it had something to do with that woman. That store building still stands, probably because the land belongs to the manager. The structure remains just as it was. Even now. Sometimes I drive past it. But I never, ever, turn my gaze toward it. No matter how strongly I feel like I'm being watched.